let folks know. Hola, buenos días. But I want to start off right away so that people know that the registration is open for fall.
Oh,
I
okay.
So
wondered about
I
that.
know, yeah. Uh, Registration is open for fall, and there are two things I need to let people know about because it is a little unusual, and that is that, uh, oh, and I had it saved, but now it's gone. We'll get it back. First thing is that fall with Scottsdale is very, very odd because it is split into two distinct sessions.
Okay.
Okay, so if you wish to sign up for not just my class, but any other class with Scottsdale for the fall, there is a first session and a second session, and you need to essentially register twice. Okay, and I'm going to give you a little breakdown of when that starts because that also this season is somewhat unusual. Usually for summer, you sign up for one session. For spring, you sign up for one session. For winter, you sign up and you're signed up for winter. For fall, if you want the full fall that starts in September and ends in December, you need to do two separate registrations. And
Okay.
registering once does not mean you're registered for the second half. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm going to give you an example. Uh, okay, the other odd thing is that although it starts officially the first week of September, this particular class, because Labor Day falls late, Labor Day falls on Monday, September 7th. Therefore,
Oh,
there will be no class Monday, September 7th, because that's a holiday and they are closed. So the first day of fall session will start September 14th. That sounds super late, but that's the way it is because of how Labor Day falls. So that's the other odd thing. So September 14th is the first day of class. That runs through October 26th. And the second session will start when? Like first week of November. And that will go to the mid December, right about, yeah, middle of December, like 15th, 16th. So if you're registering for fall, you and there are two registrations, right? One runs September through end of October. The second one runs first part of November through mid-December. Okay, so, and it's a late start for the Monday class because of how Labor
And
Day
Marilyn,
falls.
what is the last date of this session? Is it August 31
Uh,
or August 24?
no, it is August
I just can't remember.
17th, I believe.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Glad I
Yeah.
asked.
And again, I think they like to leave a cushion in there because so many people leave for holidays. Yeah, 17th, we do have class on the 17th.
okay.
And yeah, that is the last class for summer. So the week of the 24th, the week of the 31st is off. So there we go.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, good for everybody to know the schedule. It can be a little bit confusing. Okay.
Do you happen to know the when you can register? What dates you're allowed to
Oh,
register?
when you can register, it's on
Mhm.
right now.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
online, or if people wish to go in person or call on the phone, all of it is open right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, yes. Okay.
So are you saying that we meet August 17th and then we start again September 14th?
14th.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's that
September
gap there.
7th
Okay.
is
All
Memorial
right.
Day, and that's a Monday. And
Okay.
of course, they're not open on federal holidays. So, yes. Okay. I hope that's all clear. If not, let me know. Ok. Bien, 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 fantástico. Ok. Hoy vamos a practicar mucho, vamos a practicar con descripciones, descripciones. We are largely going to be working on descriptions today and talking about a lot of different things. And there were a couple videos, so that was kind of longish. I do want to go to our practice video first, and I'm saving our listening storytelling video for seconds today, para que sepan, so that you know. But the one I want to talk about right now is, I'll put it up on screen, this one. Este video, este video es el video de instrucción de la lección de vocabulario, vocabulario, ¿no? Y en esta lección de vocabulario, ella habla de descripciones, adjetivos. She used a number of adjective words and words that were not your normal kind of adjectives, things that were a little more detailed. Okay. And of course, we can't go through every single description, but it's helpful sometimes to have some more vivid kind of descriptions to throw into our vocabulary when we describe people or things. Bien, so I wanted to know if you had any questions on her lesson with adjectives and throwing out those extra adjectives like mandon, bossy, like
Yeah. I guess
cerco,
my only question was they obviously were very long lists. To me, those are things that I'm just going to have to memorize and or get familiar with through use. Is that correct?
yes. And
Okay.
also things that are useful for you. So
Right.
adjectives that are useful for you may not be super useful for Beth or vice versa. Yeah. It's
Okay.
all a very individual thing. But I did want to take her adjectives that she had and have us put some of these to use. So now I'm going to switch to our big screen. And that was a long file. The Google file I'm going to put up next is long for a reason. And the reason is that I wanted to go from very, very easy stuff to more challenging stuff. Okay, very, very easy way of applying the vocabulary, an easy way, and to a more detailed or personalized for you way of, using vocabulary.
Marilyn,
Uh,
question, generic question.
oh, perdón, sí,
Um,
pregunta.
a star versus ser became an issue in some of them because
Ah,
and it's like I have the general concept down, but clearly I don't have the fine tuning down because some of them are like very, very ambiguous.
okay. Gracias, gracias. Thank you. Yes. Actually, I do have something today which I think I would like to go through with everybody on that exact topic. You are clairvoyant. Uh,
Right.
and it was a very interesting presentation of ser en estar, which I think will be helpful for everybody because yes, when do we use ser, when do we use estar is always a challenge, always a difficult thing for most people. And just to take one step, not two steps back, one step back, when you say somebody is a certain way, do we need to use ser, the to be verb that talks about identity, the essence? Think of ser as the essence of that thing or that human being. Or do we use estar, which talks about conditions that are very changeable? Okay. Estar means to be, ser means to be. which is, yeah. And to give you an example of where that's going to diverge, to say that somebody is interesting versus they are interested in something uses those two different verbs. But even a lot of descriptions, yeah, uh, even a description like one of the most basic, see, lo más básico. Verde, green, green. It's a descriptive. Oh, green, verde. Yeah. Most of the time, when you're using verde, most of the time it's a color that's a set color. Okay. But if we want to talk about something being unripe, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me back up. Something permanent. Mi camiseta es verde. My shirt is green. This description, this is what it is. It is the essence of what it is like. It is not going to change unless I splash a great big thing of bleach on it, right? And I take all the color off and have a big oops. But you could say la manzana es verde, the apple is green, and then that means that's the color at peak time that apple is supposed to be. Like a Granny Smith. It's not going to turn into a different color. Yeah, la manzana es verde, but la manzana está verde. Changeable, changeable is word. La manzana está verde, it means that is unripe, not ready to
Question.
eat. Yeah. See, Rosanna.
So if in that with that example, would you be talking about if you were talking about a horse being green, like would that be estar or would that be ser?
Oh,
Like, they're not broke. They're
untrained,
green. Yeah, they're
they
green.
they wouldn't use green to say that.
No, but
Ah,
yeah, that's true, I guess. But what
yeah,
kind of
but
verb would
right.
you
This
use
the
for something
state
like that?
it's in, right? The state it's
Mhm.
in would be estar. Yeah,
Estar. Okay.
yeah.
That's kind of what I
Uh,
was getting.
so do know, and where this becomes more tricky, I think, for the average person, uh, is sometimes with words like, I'm going to take two words that are super basic. Bueno, malo, right? Es bueno, it's good. Yeah, that thing, whatever you're describing, is good. Es bueno, meaning just in general, it's a good thing. El amor es bueno. Love is good. Yeah. Uh, but estar might be used with bueno, and estar might be used with malo. And in that case, it's describing maybe if it's a food, how it tastes, how its preparation hits you at the time of presenting that plate. Yeah. Or that something is well, it's going to talk about something that is changeable or that looks a particular way, right? It is very common. Another really common thing. Bonito, bonito, pretty or cute. Yeah. Es bonito. Technically, if you're a 14-year-old in a Spanish 1 class, first year Spanish class, they'll tell you, la chica es bonita. The girl is cute. The girl is pretty. And that's the way she looks. She is intrinsically a physically nice looking person. Es bonita, right? Uh, but somebody might turn around and, in a very common conversational setting, say, estás muy bonita hoy, estás muy bonita. And not saying you are physically always pretty, but you look pretty and not a diss to you usually look like a piece of junk. But estás bonita would imply, wow, you did something special today. You got that little extra zing. Yeah. So they're really saying, estás bonita. A person is really saying, hey, you look super nice. You look particularly nice. you did something a little different. See, Roseanne.
So maybe the ser would apply more to like a permanent, as you said, in the and the estar is going to be more temporary.
That
As
is
you said, changeable.
that is generally true. But there are other ways you can think about it that might be more helpful, and we'll come back to that
Okay.
with the video because I think especially in English, we get very caught up in uh that this permanent and temporary thing. We get kind of caught up in it and caught up in a way that maybe is not helpful, or we think of it from an English thinking perspective. And it's a hard thing to divorce ourselves from the implications we have about permanent and temporary in our English language use. We'll come back to that later. Okay, sí. Bien, bien, and we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Es buena pregunta. It's a really good question. I had thought it was going to come up, and by golly, it did. Well, you guys are smart. Okay, vamos a la práctica. Let's head off to practice. Can you see my screen that says more advanced or precise descriptions?
Yes.
See,
Sí, 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 bien. And you know, boy, if I were you and I wanted to expand what I was doing and, you know, have a reference when I do a little reading thing, I would bookmark this page of wordreference.com. It is just the best dictionary ever, ever, ever. I have Kazuma great dictionaries and I still use them, but this is the go-to that I use for quick reference. Okay, está bien, está bien. We had a whole bunch of descriptions, right? And I don't want you to feel that you can only use the words that were on the lists that were in this file or the lists that were in that video. There can be a lot of different ways to describe, and no one answer is the only right answer. Okay. So maybe, maybe we can find a way to describe these people with some of the words that we had from our video. Uh, Bien. Okay. Tenemos este hombre que es un actor inglés. He's an English actor. Es un actor inglés. Tenemos un chico normal, un niño normal, ¿sí? Un chico de como de 10 años, ¿sí? 10-year-old, maybe, ¿sí? Un chico de 9 años, quizás, bien. Ok. Y Boris, también es inglés. He's also an English guy, pero tiene una característica muy llamativa. He has a very notable physical characteristic that people always talk about. Okay, bien. And because I cannot see hands up now because I've got my share screen on, you'll have to call out. Is there anybody who'd like to describe one of these three people? Alguien.
I can try.
Okay.
Me?
Sí, sí.
Um, el hombre es muy serioso.
Oh, ¿es serio?
Ujú,
Serious? Es
ujú.
serio.
Es serio.
Es serio. Es serio. He's serious. Sí, sí, claro. Sí, tiene un aspecto.
It's also changeable.
Well, now there's where we get caught up. There's where we get caught in the web of permanent versus changeable. And I want you to think of it in another way. Um, Bien, if we're, yeah, serio is not generally going to be heard with estar.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not really we're not talking about we're not talking about the way he feels. We're talking about his his demeanor,
Mhm.
his maybe approach to his work as an actor, you could say. Yeah. Uh, es serio. He's serious. Yeah. Sí. Bien. Okay. Algo más.
I have a question on that one.
Sí, sí.
If you wanted to say el hombre es barbudo, that he is now, but that is a changeable. So does that become a sta? Because it could be changed?
There is another, yeah, here, you know what? Wow. We're right. We have gotten right deep into the web. The web track. Gracias. Thank you for bringing that up. It's changeable. And this is the thing that every 14-year-old I ever taught always said to me, because what do 14-year-olds do? They dye their
Ouch.
hair. My hair is pink today. And he dyed his hair purple because he wanted to match his football uniform. And it's the week of Spirit Week and, dyeing your hair. Uh, and they would say, well, hair is changeable. Hair is changeable. The way it look, is it easily changeable? You know what? Bearded, es barbudo. He is bearded. He just is.
Es
That,
barbudo.
yeah, it's just okay. It is attached to his body. He would have to go through some effort, yeah, to get that completely cleared off. Uh, so yeah, barbudo, bearded. We'll
Es
use,
barbudo.
yeah. And okay, I could say la chica es rubia, the girl is blonde, es rubia. And you know, if she dyes her hair purple because she feels like it, see? Tiene el pelo morado. She's got purple hair. Okay. But that's not what she was born with.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Game. Uh, so yeah, we're right deep in the web, but that happens. It happens. It happens. We're going to get into it. Okay. Vale, sí. Es barbudo. He's got a beard. Sí. Es serio. Es famoso. He's famous. See, here's another thing. Can fame change? Yes, it can, but he's well known. So, es famoso. Es conocido. He is known. Es bien conocido. He is well known. Es bien conocido como actor. He is well known as an actor. Okay, bien. Okay, el chico aquí.
I've got that one, I think.
Okay,
El
vale.
chico es pecoso.
Sí, 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 pecoso. Freckles themselves are pecas, yeah, see? So yeah, pecoso, pecoso. Bien,
You
excelente.
could you say el chico tiene muchas pecas?
Sí, sí, sí,
Yeah,
claro.
yeah. So
Sí,
okay.
yes, you could.
Yep.
So yes, all of these, you might use many of these adjectives without using ser or estar. Sí,
Sure.
okay. Um,
And then the only thing I said about it too is that él es serio en este foto,
Sí,
right?
vale, vale.
Mhm.
Es serio en esta foto. He is
Sure.
serious in this photograph. Sí, bien.
Mhm.
Ok,
Maryland.
sí.
I
Could
had,
you could
oh
oh
yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. It's all right.
I was gonna say, could you say el hombre es muy sofisticado en este foto?
Es muy sofisticado. Sí,
Right. I was
sí.
trying to figure out how to say elegantly dressed, or
Mhm.
I said professional,
Arre-
E-
profesional,
Profesional.
Es
I guess.
profesional.
But how would you
Sí.
Arreglado.
say, yeah, how would you say handsomely dressed?
Bien vestido, bien
Bien
vestido.
vestido. Oh, okay.
Es elegante. Es
Elegante.
elegante o se viste elegante. He dresses in an elegant way, ¿sí? Se viste de manera elegante. He dresses in an elegant way or manner.
Mhm.
Can you use arreglado?
Arreglado, muy bien, sí. Bien.
Yeah,
Ah,
I just had el Él es arreglado.
Okay, bien. So, now, uh, how somebody is dressed will often be está arreglado because he is fixed up. And that's a state you're in after getting the tie on, the suit on, all of that stuff. Okay, bien.
Does that
But
mean put together? What does arreglado mean other than fixed?
uh, fixed up,
Dress.
Fixed
dressed
up?
up,
Oh, got it.
dressed
Okay.
up. Yeah, pulled together, pulled together. Yeah,
Well, you know what?
arreglarse.
So then does
No,
that mean está?
yeah,
Or
está bien arreglado. He is really
but
dressed up.
can you say es?
Uh, you could estar fits a little better. You know what? Getting dressed is something you do that is very in the
Temporary.
minute.
Okay.
Yeah, very in, and you know what? This is a type of thing that really takes a lot of it takes time to get a feel for it. And right now we're really in the more physical state of this, although we can, talk about other stuff too. Okay. Bien.
Marilyn,
Sí, sí.
so is that ace or a star?
Wh- Which which
What's
one?
the answer? Arreglado. Well, yeah.
Arreglado. Está bien arreglado. He is dressed up
Okay.
because that's not a part of his body or a physical trait of his body. It is the way he has fixed things on his body. It is a temporary state.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's not, yeah.
So,
Um,
so it is eres, LS, arreglado. You
está,
wouldn't,
Está.
yeah,
está,
you would say está. Okay,
está
I just want to be sure.
arreglado, sí,
Okay,
es mejor, ¿ya?
okay.
Bien, ok.
A question?
Sí.
If you mess up and you use the one that's not the most common,
Ah.
will it make a difference in most cases, or are there some where you really need to
If you
make
mess up,
choice?
in other words, if you mess up, will somebody understand you? In most cases, in many cases, yes. In a few cases, it could
Make a difference.
cause some confusion.
Okay.
Okay. In a few cases, or be misinterpreted in a few cases. But uh um okay. See, bien.
Yes.
I'm going to give you one more example because for some of us, not everyone here, but for some of us, this could be pertinent. That word viejo, old, yeah. Es viejo, he's old, or es vieja, she is old. That just means that person is old. It is very different to say, a lady is complaining to her girlfriend, estoy muy vieja. Not I am an old woman, but I feel old because I don't feel well today, or because I don't know, I just feel frumpy. No estoy arreglada. I am not dressed up. See? Bien. So sometimes, yeah, it could be misinterpreted, but a lot of times it is not. Let's move to this guy here. Este, see?
Sí. El pelo del hombre
Okay, bien.
I
es,
put, yep, go
Uh,
ahead.
el hombre está despeinado,
Está despenado.
except he's always that way.
He is all, yes. But
So
if he made some effort, that could probably change. But we could say, we always know that one person. It could be a guy or it could be a gal. Either way, it goes either way, right? Está despeinado. His hair is unkempt. His hair is just sticking out every which way, right?
so for him, it's his essence.
For him, you could. And you know what? That would
Yeah.
not be misinterpreted. People would interpret it as he's always like that.
Ajá.
Bien. Pero para la persona normal, for a normal person, yeah, we would need estar, ¿sí? O es siempre, sí, que es notable, it is notable, es notable que Boris, sí, está
Es
despeinado casi siempre, almost always he is messy haired, ¿sí? Así es. Ok.
Yo tengo una pregunta, por favor.
Sí, sí, dime.
If we were saying his hair or el pelo del hombre es un desastre.
Es un desastre.
So it's S or S.
Es un desastre. Sí,
Mhm.
sí. And if somebody chooses to say está un desastre, you know that they are implying that it's just at this moment. It looks that way. So
But
keep in mind, people with some of these descriptions might flip them to say something looks a certain way with estar. That can happen. It can happen at times. Bien. Ok. Ah, adelante, adelante. Vamos a avanzar a, otras fotos. We're going to go on to other photographs. See? Bien, 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 bien. Let's take a look at these three. And over here we have a very well-dressed man on the right. See? Wow.
arreglado.
Sí, estas comidas, these foods.
Son apestosas.
Las comidas aquí son apestosas, son apestosas. They are smelly foods. Yeah, these have strong odors. Apestosas. Sí, las comidas son apestosas. Sí, en esta foto. Sí, son ejemplos. ah, Son ejemplos extremos. They are extreme examples. Son ejemplos extremos de comidas apestosas. Eso. Sí. Bien. Ok. Vale. Aquí. Sí. Las comidas son fuertes. Sí. Tiene un olor. Tiene olores fuertes. They have strong odors. ¿Sí? Ok. La mujer que tenemos aquí, ¿cómo podemos describir la mujer?
La mujer está muy enferma.
Está muy enferma. And here it's important to have estar. Está enferma. Está enferma. This is definitely talking about her health. She is not looking the best right now in terms of her health. Health is highly, highly changeable, right? That's why it's estoy bien, I am fine, right? Estoy mal, I feel badly today, I don't feel good. Bien, estar with feelings in terms of health or feelings in terms of emotion. We will always use estar with emotions and with physical health because it is highly changeable. How about the color of her face?
Yeah.
Él está petito, is what I put.
Palida, I put.
Está
Pálida.
pálida.
Can't read my own
Pálida.
writing.
Yeah.
Está pálida. Está pálida. She is pallid. You know, most of us in our normal conversation, just chit-chatting with people, don't use that word pallid. That's one of our reading words. We read it a lot in literature, right? And, you know, you get the idea of, you know, somebody having a face as white as a sheet of paper. Yeah, that kind of word. That's what pallid means. Está pálida, pale. Yeah, está pálida. She doesn't have a lot of color in her face. ¿Sí? Una persona que no tiene mucho color en la cara. A person who doesn't have much color in their face. ¿Sí? La persona está pálida. Está pálida. She
Is it is
looks pale, right? Now, you Here, estar, it's really important with sick or pallid that you use estar because if you don't, you're implying that this is a constant thing. And it is technically correct to say es enferma, but then it is saying that she is chronically sick, chronically, like it would be implying that it's um, uh, not a condition, but she's a person who is unhealthy all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't say good things, right?
Está enferma means
Yeah,
that.
like in the idea of this can't be cured.
Okay, I
Es
see.
enferma. Es enferma. You're
Oh,
implying that
es enferma.
she's just always
Sick
that
all the time.
way and it can't be fixed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
It's chronic. And most of the time when we talk about somebody being ill, it's está enferma. She's sick. Ella está enferma. Okay. ¿Entiende?
Could we say instead she has a cold? So it would be like
Sí.
ella tiene is it resfriado? I don't know what the word for a cold is.
Sí. Está, okay. And the most common thing, well, there are a lot of ways to say have a cold. Está resfriada, resfriada.
Resfriada.
Actually, I'm going to go on the screen so people can see how that looks.
So you'd say es instead of tiene? You don't say has a cold?
Tiene resfrío. You can, but the most common thing would be está resfriada. Or conversely, and I know this one is going to look a little strange, está, I gotta lengthen this out. It's a long word. Ah, está constipada. Constipada looks like another word that we don't use to talk about your nose.
Right.
We use to talk about different orifice. But constipada means stopped up, which applies to that other orifice too.
Yeah, yeah.
Constipada means stopped up, plugged up. Right? And when your nose is plugged up, it is very common. Está constipada, está resfriada. Sí, but those are temporary conditions. She's not always like that, right? She might be that she really has a cold. It might be that she's stopped up from allergies, whatever, lo que sea, whatever it might be. But that is a definite condition, right? Está pálida. She is pallid. It's talking about the color of her face not looking like not looking like the normal color being the key. She doesn't always look that like white as a sheet. Yeah. Está muy pálida. Bien. Okay. Uh, and this guy here, who's looking pretty dapper,
Yeah.
Está arreglado.
está arreglado. He is all dressed up. Está, and if you want to like elevate it and say, wow, that is like one of the best looking suits, like tailored kind of suits, personalized. Está bien arreglado, bien arreglado, bien in front of it steps it up, right? It's like saying muy, está bien arreglado, arreglado, well dressed. See, bien arreglado, well dressed. Okay, está bien? Are we good? Okay.
Could you say for him that he's handsome? L is, and it's permanent?
Yes, you could. Es guapo,
Mhm.
but it's not but now somebody might throw in because they're thinking in their mind, está muy guapo. He looks. It's not wrong to say, está muy guapo. He looks really handsome because he's not in a raggedy old t-shirt, yeah, and torn up shorts. But está muy guapo is implying that the person is mentally thinking, Oh, there's something about what he did to himself, right? To está muy guapo. He looks handsome. There's something special he did. Estar puts things into the category of there's something special that happened to make it look this way. Yeah. Bien. Okay. And in English, we overthink that. Again, the 14-year-olds say, "Whoa, do I always look like trash?" No, it's not a diss. Yeah, no, I mean, kids always would do this. It's like, no, it's not a diss. It's not a diss saying, you normally don't look cute, but it's just saying, wow, it's a nice thing. Hey, you did something special. Yeah. Bien. So, whatever the description is, there we go. Okay. A ver. And let's go to this group of people. Wow. Okay. A ver. Vamos a enfocarnos en la mujer que está en la playa. Let's focus on the beach gal. La mujer que está en la playa. ¿Cómo podemos describir a la mujer que está en una toalla en la playa? She's on a towel on the beach.
Está bronceada.
Está bronceada. Sí, está bronceada. She is really tanned. Está bronceada. Broncea and tanned again is, you get a tan, but then it fades, doesn't it?
Right.
All right. Yeah. And in English, we are kind of accustomed to the idea that a tan does fade. So that one, yeah, we get it. That is something that is not always the same. It is definitely changeable. Está bronceada. Es muy delgada. She's very thin. Bien, ¿sí? Ok. El hombre aquí, me imagino que es un hombre que compite en un gimnasio. He's getting ready to compete in a gym, I think, this guy. Okay.
Giuliano
Es muscular.
Es
o Musculano.
Yeah, I said
musculoso.
Es
muy musculoso.
Es muy
Oh,
musculoso,
there we
sí.
go.
Es musculoso, es musculoso, es musculoso. He is muscular, es musculoso, okay? And that's not going to change really, really fast, right? I mean, those muscles could they change? Now, see, yeah, but they are. Boy, they are, and that's not an easy change. Like tomorrow, he's not going to look different, right? He's going to be in that same state tomorrow. If we're talking about a woman, see, es musculoso, pero ella es
Musculosa.
musculosa. So we have to keep in mind that we get those gendered endings for adjectives that do end in an o, right? Like bronceado or musculoso or alto, right? But a word like strong won't end in o. So if I want to say the man is strong, it's el hombre es
Fuerte.
Musculoso.
fuerte,
Fuerte. Like strong.
fuerte, and fuerte doesn't end in o. And therefore, if I talk about a woman who is strong, I will say la mujer es
Fuerte.
Fuerte.
fuerte. It'll stay fuerte, right? Musculoso goes from musculoso for a man to musculosa. But fuerte is always fuerte because an adjective that ends in an the letter e, doesn't go into a feminine form. It'll stay the same for masculine and feminine. So we wanted an example there so that you can see that. Bien. Okay. Bien. Okay. Any description for this gal here?
Ella es muy joven.
Es muy joven. She's young, right? Wait a minute. Couldn't that change easily? Why isn't it está joven? Why isn't it está joven? Well, uh, I could say está joven, she looks young, but then it implies she looks that way because of, I don't know, the makeup she has on or the way she did her hair or the way, the kind of clothing she's wearing. Está muy joven is valid, but then it's not saying she is in fact a young person. It is saying she looks young. Está joven. But she in fact is young. She in fact is under 30. So that's es joven. Es joven. Ser. Es joven. That's the way she really is. Es joven. Okay? Bien?
How about está esbelta?
Sí. Está esbelta. She looks svelte, but to say she really is svelte, and boy, that's not going to change. Es esbelta. Es esbelta. Es esbelta. ¿Sí? Bien. Está esbelta would be okay, acceptable, but then it means she looks that way, right? There, as females, a lot of us females know that there are sometimes things we can do with our clothing to hide certain things, right? Está esbelta would mean she looks svelte or thin, but maybe isn't necessarily always that way. But es esbelta would be the normal way. Ser would be the normal one for esbelta, ¿sí? Or esbelto for a man. Okay, ¿está bien?
Just curious about something. With that woman you showed in the last picture,
Mhm.
the flaco being skinny and delgado being thin, which one is the more appropriate for a human body?
Qué buena pregunta. What a good question. Let's pop that in. We had this was like on our elevated words
And being
list. Yeah.
respectful to the
Es
woman.
esbelta. And you know what is appropriate or inappropriate? Words carry certain nuances. Yeah, in English and in Spanish, both in any language. So es esbelta, she's svelte, she's thin, right? Es flaca, uh, es flaca has the more the nuance of she is skinny. Flaca. Flaca, svelte in English creates one picture in your mind, and skinny
Mhm.
creates a similar but slightly different meaning picture. Don't don't you
And I could
think?
see how one might be a little disrespectful and the other one may be respectful.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, you know what? We're going to put another word up there, Andres, because it will be esbelta is always an okay complimentary, let us say. Esbelta always has a complimentary nuance to it.
okay.
Also, es delgada always has a complimentary nuance to it. Thin, thin but not sickly thin. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Es flaca. Flaca is skinny almost in the sense of maybe kind of undernourished or sickly, too thin, maybe. A little, skinny sides on that nuance scale of little, maybe a little too thin, right? So flaca, yeah, I would not normally say flaca to talk to you about you, dressing you, yeah?
Mhm.
You are, eres delgada, you are thin, yeah, but eres flaca, you're a skinny little thing. Yeah. Might be okay to say to a 6-year-old who really is like a,
Mhm.
some 6, 8-year-olds really are that skinny and it's not really, it doesn't have a bad meaning. Flaca isn't a bad word, but it just kind of on the extreme end of
Mhm.
skinny. Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I mean, yeah? See? Okay.
Yes.
Ah, bien. Okay. A ver. Um, pam. Adelante, adelante. Let's take a look. Now, once we get into personality descriptions, uh, uh, these would all be things that you are normally going to hear with ser. Okay, and we're trying to highlight this because a characteristic is something that it's not physical. We have descriptions that are physical, telling what somebody actually looks like, and we also have descriptions that are about the way somebody behaves or their attitude or their behavior. Yeah. And so a lot of personality things that are seen as traits, characteristics that are typical of the person's general manner, the way they usually are in the day in, day out activities of life. Yeah. Here are some great words. Humilde, right? Generoso, confiable. That is a good one. Confiable, uh, trustworthy. Yeah, confiable, trustworthy, carismático, responsable. This is one that you will often hear used, and these are commendable traits, right? Amable, nice, agreeable person, paciente, patient person, a person who is not hasty, right? Alguien, okay. Hay ejemplos. Are there any examples uh, you might want to use with any of those words? Any examples? Things you might want to throw. Por ejemplo, mis dos hijos son muy responsables. ¿Sí?
Mm.
¿Sí? En muchos casos, mis hijos son muy responsables. My kids are pretty responsible. ¿Eh? Eso es, sí. Ah, mi vecino es muy amable. My neighbor is really nice. ¿Sí? Mi vecino es muy amable. Me ayuda de vez en cuando. He helps me once in a while. He's really kind. Porque me ayuda, because he helps me. Eso es. Okay. Hay otros ejemplos. Any other little examples you want to throw out of these here and there? ¿Sí o no?
Ah,
¿No?
ah, mi esposo,
¿Sí?
muy confiable.
Mi esposo es muy confiable. He is a trustworthy person. Eso sí. Ok. Bien. Bueno, algo más. No? Okay. Well, let's take a quick look at some, and sometimes these wind up being the more fun ones to use. Oh, I guess. Yes, right? Some of these personality descriptions are not very complimentary, but boy, they can be fun, right? Or well, some of them are not. Some of them are complimentary, some of them are not. This is a mix. This is the screen that has mixed, right? Extrovertido, an extroverted person, right? Outgoing person, outgoing, extrovertido. Sincero, sincere, honest, right? Here is one that is not complimentary. Mandon or mandona. Bossy.
Mm.
Bien. See? Uh, uh, en cada familia, in every family, en cada familia, Hay una persona, hay por lo menos, there's at least, hay por lo menos una persona mandona, one bossy person in every family. There's always one in the bunch, right? Mandón, mandón, mandona. ¿Sí? Bien. Terco, somebody who is stubborn.
Mm.
¿Sí? Por ejemplo, mi hermana, ¿sí? Porque ella tiene problemas con la salud, because she has health problems, porque mi hermana tiene problemas de la salud, ¿sí? Ella es muy terca. She is stubborn. Es muy terca. Es muy terca. Chismoso for somebody who is gossipy. Yeah? They just can't stop nosing around in everybody's business. Chismoso, right? Tacaño. Tacaño is for somebody who never want, they pinch every penny. All right. Tacaño is stingy, and that is not frugal. It is stingy, like don't want to spend money on anything that is they consider unnecessary. Impaciente, impatient. Presumido looks like presume, presumptuous. Muy presumido is somebody who is very stuck on themselves. They themselves think they are great. Gruñón or gruñona is somebody who is always griping. Yeah, a grouch. A grouch. Muy gruñón. ¿Sí? Muy gruñón. Mi hermana también es muy gruñona. Mi hermana también es muy gruñona. My sister is also pretty grouchy. ¿Sí? Uh, egoísta. Egoísta is somebody who is selfish. The ego, they're only thinking about themselves. Egoísta. Egoísta. ¿Sí? Bien. Y torpe. Torpe is clumsy. All right. Torpe, well, torpe, clumsy, they fall over their own feet. They don't, it's just the way it is, right? Torpe. Bien. Como niña era muy torpe. As a kid, I was very clumsy. Como niña era muy torpe, ¿sí? ¿Hay alguien? Is there anybody who wants to do any description of anybody with a special adjective? ¿Sí o no? ¿Alguien? ¿Sí o no? Confiable. Cindy, ¿sí?
Sí, yo tengo un hermano que es tercado.
¿Es terco?
Terco, terco, es
¿Terco?
muy terco.
Es muy terco.
Sí.
Sí. Ah, la persona que no quiere cooperar. The person who doesn't want to cooperate, ¿sí? La persona que no coopera mucho, que no colabora mucho, doesn't collaborate real well, ¿sí? Es una persona terca, terca, ¿sí? Él es terco, ella es terca, así, like that. Ok, vale, bien. Hay más descripciones que ustedes quieren compartir. Any others you want to share or no? Nada. Oh, sí, Marcos, and you're on mute.
Not so much I want to share one, but I have a question on. Remember a few minutes ago, when we were talking about fuerte, that you said because it doesn't end in an O, then it doesn't have a masculine feminine version. But why do, like in this list, mandon and grugnon, they don't end in an O, but they apparently have a feminine version.
Yes. Okay. Um, I would say those are in a category of words. It's a small category. It's a small category. I'm going to add another screen. Uh, this screen is not going to be a make or break thing, but you may say, and Marcos, I see why you're thinking this. We have a lot of very easy to use adjectives like rubio, moreno, alto, all those things that end in o, right? Those, of course, change to become rubia, morena, alta, right? They change to a feminine form. And then, of course, you can make them plural too. And then we get a fair number of adjectives like fuerte, like elegante, right? Like interesante, like, como por ejemplo, verde. And those are going to be the same for masculine or feminine because they end in e. E doesn't change into a feminine form. Adjectives, okay, and this is not 100% rule. Many, many, many adjectives that do not end in o as the base form, yeah? Like moreno, rubio, alto. Things that don't end in the letter o will generally stay the same, generally. And even in some of our color words, right? Like azul. Azul does not end in o. And it's azul. It's always azul. For plural, it'll be azules. We have to add an es to make it plural. But it doesn't get a separate feminine form, right? Every once in a while, you get some adjectives that you say, well, they don't end in they don't end in o, right? So it'll be the same for masculine and feminine, and that's true most of the time. But it is not the case for that gruñón word. I'm going to get my keyboard back here to get my ñ letter to pop up. Gruñón, or, por ejemplo, I'm going to throw in another word that does a similar thing. Hablador. Hablador. Or let's add our mandón. For some words like these, I do get a feminine form. Aha. So I will add a gruñona, an habladora, talkative. Hablador is somebody who just doesn't, motor mouth, never stop talking. Hablador, habladora is the feminine form. Mandona, bossy. Another word that you frequently hear a lot is trabajador, somebody who is a good worker, right? Trabajador, muy trabajador. They're very hardworking. Hardworking is trabajador. And we do need to make that one feminine, trabajadora. So every once in a while, you do get these adjectives that do need a feminine and you just kind of have to get a feel for it. I can tell you these ones that end in an N tend to be the ones, or if they end in an R, they tend to be in that category. There are other words that will go feminine, and those are nationalities that do not end in O. All right. So many, many, many nationalities end in O. Chileno from Chile, right? It's chileno, chilena, right? Okay. Como por ejemplo, mexicano, mexicano, Mexican, mexicano, mexicana. La comida mexicana, right? Un plato mexicano. All right. So many nationalities end in O. Some do not. And for some that do not, they become español, Español, to make it a feminine form, does need an A. Nationalities that do not end in O have to do something special. Like Français, French, does get an adjective, I'm sorry, an adjective, a vowel tagged on to make it feminine. Francesa, francesa, see? Every once in a while you get one of the, como aquí, inglés. Inglés also needs an word, right? But then now let's think once in a while you run into something like this. Canadiense, Canadiense, Canadian. Here's an adjective, a nationality that when we say Canadian, it is Canadiense. And Canadiense is always Canadiense. It does not get a feminine form because look, it ends in an E, just like this ended in an E, just like fuerte ends in an E, just like interesante ends in an A. So canadiense can become plural, but it does not become feminine. Yeah. So there are little oddball, I would say, these on the right, a la derecha, they are more the exceptions. Yeah. Whereas these words on the left, a la izquierda, they are more the rule. Yeah. So they are more the rule. Does that make some sense there, Marcos? Bien?
No.
No.
Well,
Lo
I mean
siento.
the ones that are the rule make sense. The others are you I guess you sort of just gotta know.
You sort of just got it. Yeah. You just have to get accustomed to them. Yeah. Uh, uh, and there, of course, for us, English is, might be a common one. Espanol is a common one. So, those ones you probably want to get familiar with in a hurry. But you just sort of need to hear a lot of examples to hear those exceptions because those aren't the ones that you're necessarily going to use all the time. Yeah. Bien. Okay. A ver, let's do a little mini ser estar review. And the video I'm going to show you is going to be extremely, well, I think it's extremely helpful. I hope you feel it is that way too. But ser and estar can be extremely sticky. And if you feel like, gee, I'm okay, sort of, with the highlights of it, but I feel like I really need to polish it. Well, you're in wonderful company because for most of us who speak English, this is just the way it is. It is always a difficult thing, right? Ser and estar, being two separate ways of expressing to be a certain way. Okay. Um, so ser is for descriptions that are an integral part of that person's general appearance or their personality, right? Person's personality traits, the way they behave most of the time, right? If you tag that person as a responsible person, es responsable, he's responsible, or ella es responsable, she is responsible. That is their personality trait. So physical and personality traits that's the way that person is, they are ser. Estar is for feelings or changeable descriptions. And I'm going to add this on too. Estar is also, because I should have written this in, but I had forgotten. Estar is also used for location. And in Spanish, they say ubicación. And if you think ubicación is a hard word, think of the word ubiquitous. Ubiquitous, if something is Starbucks is ubiquitous. Starbucks is everywhere. That talks about location, ubiquitous. And ubicación means location. Estar is used for location of uh, uh, people and things. Okay. people and things. And we're going to add the one really nitpicky thing. Estar is, however, used for location only when we talk about events. And only when we talk about events. Okay, so most of the time when we talk about location, ubicación, it is estar. Now, here's the one thing you need to remember. Location, it doesn't matter if location, and here's where we get caught in that web of permanent and temporary. Location does not matter if it is temporary or permanent. Location is estar. Boom. Yeah. Something might be in the park because it is fixed in the earth and pounded in there with cement, and it ain't moving for anything, buddy. Okay. It is permanent as can be, but it is estar because it is location, right? El banco está en el parque. The bench is in the park. That thing is cemented onto the sidewalk. It is not moving. It is permanent, but it's a location. El banco está en el parque, right? Whether it is a temporary or a permanent location, estar is, estar is used for location of people and things. An event, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I got this messed up. Ser, excuse me. Ser is used when we're talking about events, location. So, okay, I'm sorry. I misspoke. So, what is an event? An event is a party, a meeting. An event is a meeting, it's a party, it's a reception, it's a wedding, it's a graduation ceremony. It's an event. It is happening. And ser is used for events. So that's kind of a corollary. The video will not talk about ser used for events like party, graduation, a meeting. It's going to talk about locations of people and things, which is what we talk about most of the time. Dogs are in the park. They're not there all the time, but it's their location. Los perros están en el parque, yeah? Right? El árbol está en el parque. The tree is in the park. That's pretty permanent, but it's a location of a thing. A tree is not an event. The dogs are not an event. Right? If it's just people and things and stuff, it's estar for location. But estar also for feelings, changeable descriptions, and what I think this little video will do is nicely explain that. I'm going to turn on her subtitles, however, because she has a lot of so here's how I want you to think of ser and estar. Ser is really the essence, what makes that thing or person who or what they are. Okay? Without that description, that person or thing would not be that thing. It's an integral part of what that is. It's an identification. Ser identifies. Okay? Ser identifies. It nails it down. This thing is this way. Right? That is part of what it makes it what it is. Right? And estar does not carry that meaning at all. Estar talks about something that could be changed in some way. All right? Bien. Okay. Oh, perdón. I need to make sure I get my sound turned on. Bien. Okay. Vale.
Hoy vamos a practicar. ¿Listo? Hola chicos, hoy vamos a ver el verbo ser y el verbo estar. Vamos a ver. Muy bien. Aquí tenemos una manzana. Una manzana. Vamos a ver el verbo ser. Nosotros en español usamos el verbo ser para la esencia, el ADN. El ADN de las cosas.
The ADN, the DNA. ADN is what they use for DNA. Yeah. ADN. The DNA is what is built into that thing that we call an apple. So anything that identifies this is what an apple is down to its core, no pun intended. It is what makes an apple an apple. That has to
La
be said.
esencia. Por ejemplo, la manzana es roja. La manzana es roja. La manzana es redonda. Es redonda. Y
Round, it's a
la
shape.
manzana es una fruta. Una fruta.
What category does this organic thing fall into? It's a fruit. Es una fruta, right? It identifies, round identifies, yeah? Red as its peak color identifies.
Muy bien. Entonces, la manzana es roja, es su color natural, es redonda, es su forma y es una fruta. Es su identidad. Ahora vamos a ver estar. Estar lo usamos para el estado actual de las cosas. Puede.
And estado actual is key. The current, actual means current or right now, in the here and now. El estado actual means the current state. The state right at this moment.
Cambiar. Por ejemplo,
It can change.
la manzana está en mi mano. Está en mi mano.
So its current state in terms of location is that it's in my hand. Yeah, and location is, in this case, changeable, but keep in mind, location is not always changeable, but in this case,
Ahora está en mi mano. Después, la manzana está en un plato. En un plato.
if it's on a plate, it's a
Cambia,
location
¿sí?
too.
Primero en mi mano y después en un plato. La manzana está en mi mano y la manzana está en un plato. Cambia. Esto es ubicación.
So notice, here's a thing where you can't interchange. You cannot say, la manzana es en la mano. That cannot indicate it's in my hand. Es en el plato will sound like you're saying that the apple is a plate. That will cause confusion. That could cause confusion, right? Where it is placed, where it is located, needs to be estar.
La ubicación.
Ubicación.
La
placement.
manzana está en mi mano, la manzana está en un plato o la manzana está en una mesa. La manzana está
Could be
en
on a
una
table,
mesa.
right?
La ubicación es diferente. Ahora yo voy a morder la manzana.
And morder means to bite. I'm going to take a bite out of the apple.
Y ahora la manzana está en mi boca. En mi boca. Muerdo
It's in my mouth
la
because I've taken a
manzana
bite.
y ahora la manzana está en mi boca. Una ubicación diferente. Y ahora yo estoy comiendo la manzana.
And here's another way we use estar to say that somebody is doing. And the thing they are doing there is the comiendo, eating. Yeah, estoy comiendo. Estar with an ando or yendo indicates that somebody is doing that action in the second verb. In this case, the second verb part is comiendo, eating, right?
Estoy comiendo la manzana. Y la manzana está deliciosa, perfecta.
Está deliciosa. It is delicious. It tastes delicious. Está is often used with how something tastes, your reaction to it in this moment, the way it tastes, the way it makes your mouth feel. Está
Oh
deliciosa.
no, ahora la manzana tiene un gusano.
Uh-oh, the apple has a worm.
Un gusano. Uf, ahora la manzana está mala. Mala.
Ah, you know, somebody could say la manzana es buena. Let's take the opposite word from mala, buena. La manzana es buena. Apple is good, meaning it's good for everybody. Yeah. Ser used with buena or ser used with mala means it is always that way. Una manzana es buena. An apple is good. It's good for anybody. But la manzana está mala indicates it's in bad shape. Está is a changing condition now, not talking about it being good for the human body in general, but that because there's a worm in that apple, uh-oh, it's a bad apple now. Está mala.
La manzana está mala. No está deliciosa. Está mala. En México tenemos diferentes expresiones para decir que la comida está mala. Uno.
So if food is in bad shape, meaning not edible, not edible.
Está mala. La manzana está mala.
It's inedible.
Dos. La manzana está echada a perder.
Ajá, está echada a perder. Thrown to lost. It's no good. Yeah, echada a perder is any food that is ruined. If it is ruined, as in, rotted, overcooked, you wrecked it in the pan, you overcooked it. Yeah. Echada a perder. But it's estar because it's the state it's in. It got into that bad shape somehow and it changed. Está echada a perder. It's rotted. It's no good.
Echada a perder. La ensalada está echada a perder. La sopa se echó a perder.
So, hecho, that just makes it a past. La ensalada está echada a perder. The salad it's starting to rot. You know, when everything starts to turn brown and curl up, that's la ensalada está echada a perder. Yeah, it's past its prime. It's losing it. It's starting to go, it's going bad in English, right? Something starts to turn or it goes bad or it's rotting. It's echada a perder.
Está echada a perder. Y tres, la manzana está podrida. Podrida.
And podrida literally means rotted. Okay, rotted. That's very, very descriptive. That's like probably the worst Yeah, podrida is rotted. That's just not redeemable. Está podrida. It's in that state. It's non-retrievable. It's totally a loss.
Oh, la manzana está podrida. Oh, tiene un gusano. Muy bien. ¿Tú ves las diferencias entre ser y estar? Vamos a ver otro ejemplo. Ahora tenemos una naranja, la naranja. Vamos a ver ejemplos con ser. Esta es una naranja. Esta naranja es naranja, de color naranja. Esta es una naranja y esta es una naranja. Esta naranja es mexicana. Ahora vamos a ver ejemplos con estar. Un refrigerador. Un refrigerador. Este es un refrigerador. Y yo voy a colocar la naranja adentro. Adentro de...
And colocar just as a synonym for poner, or in this case, maybe even meter. If you put it inside the fridge, it's colocar or meter or poner. Okay, so where you're going to put it is estar.
Ahora la naranja está en el refrigerador. La naranja está aquí, en el refrigerador. Una ubicación, ¿sí? Y ahora la naranja está fría. La naranja
está fría. It is cold. That is a changeable condition. Yeah? La naranja está fría. El café está caliente. The coffee is hot. Temperatures for most things. This isn't 100%. Temperatures for most things are estar. Right? Estar. La naranja está fría, right? El café está caliente. La sopa está caliente. The soup is hot, but that could change with time, right? When it cools off.
Está fría. Cambió la temperatura, ¿sí? Ok. Ahora vamos a cortar la naranja. Cortamos la naranja con un cuchillo. Cortamos la naranja. Muy bien. Ahora la naranja está cortada. Y ahora yo...
está cortada. It is cut. That's the state it's in. It's not whole. It has been sliced. Está cortada. Está cortada. It is in the state because that changed. I put a knife through it. Now it has changed. It is two pieces instead of one. Está cortada. It is cut up.
Quiero jugo.
I want some juice.
Jugo de naranja. Ahora vamos a exprimir.
Exprimir. We're going to squeeze it. Press it. Squeeze all the juice out. Exprimir.
Exprimir la naranja. Este es un exprimidor. Vamos a exprimir la naranja. Y ahora la naranja está exprimida. Está exprimida.
And again, that is a state, that exprimida, that you squeezed all the juice out. That's a state that we did something to change that. Yeah?
Una pregunta para ti. ¿El jugo está de naranja o es de naranja?
What if you want to say it is orange juice? Not the color, but it's made out of oranges, as opposed to limonada, lemonade, being made out of lemons. Yeah? Yeah, which one would that be when we want to say what the juice is made out of? Was that ser or is that estar?
Es.
Yeah.
I think
Aha.
Sarah because it's more permanent.
Yeah, okay. What the juice, el jugo, what the juice is made out of is identifying what kind of juice that is. It is an identifier. It stamps that juice as not lemonade, not cherry juice, not cranberry juice, but orange juice. It's got to be ser because we are using orange juice to tell the essence, the identity of what kind of juice that is.
It's a fact.
Recuerda,
Perdón.
It's a fact. It can't be changed.
Yeah, it's a fact that can't be changed. It's made out of this stuff. And therefore, that's got to be ser. It is not estar, because that's not a changeable state. You know, this juice to be called orange juice has to be made out of oranges.
estar cambia. Entonces, ¿el jugo está de naranja o el jugo es de naranja? Y la respuesta correcta es el jugo es de naranja. El jugo es de naranja y el jugo está delicioso. Vamos.
Okay, if it tastes delicious, because I just squeezed it and wow, it is so fresh, está delicioso. It's delicious. It tastes that way because it's so fresh. That's estar. But el jugo es de naranja. It's made out of oranges. And that's the identity of what kind of juice that is. Es de naranja.
A ver, otro ejemplo. Ahora vamos a ver fotografías. Vamos a ver fotografías y vamos a intentar usar ser y estar. Ok, esta es una fotografía. Vamos a ver ser primero. Esta es una fotografía.
We're telling what it is. It's a photo.
Este es un cuadro. Un cuadro.
And this is a picture.
Un cuadro. Este es un cuadro. Ella es Andrea la mexicana. Esta soy yo. Andrea la mexicana. Ella es una mujer.
She's a woman.
Una mujer.
Identifying what gender she is.
Ella es mexicana. Yo soy.
We're telling where she's from. That's identifying that she can't change where she was born. Yeah. So that is a permanent identifier. It is part of what she is.
Mexicana. Ella es profesora de español.
And what she does for a living is, again, an identifier. Your profession is considered an identification tag.
Yo soy profesora de español. Este plato es la comida de Andrea la mexicana. Es el desayuno de Andrea la mexicana.
This is her breakfast
Ahora
plate.
vamos a ver el verbo estar. Andrea está feliz. Feliz.
How she feels happy.
Andrea está feliz. Yo estoy feliz en la foto. Estoy feliz.
I am happy.
Andrea está en la casa de su madre.
Location where
Yo
she is.
estoy en la casa de mi madre. Andrea está comiendo el desayuno.
What she is doing right now in progress is eating, and that combines with a verb, comiendo.
Andrea está sentada.
And she is
Sentada
seated.
en una silla.
Location.
Está sentada en una silla. Andrea está cansada, un poco cansada. Ayer
cansada.
Andrea jugó
Está cansada. She feels tired, right? You can feel happy and emotion. You can feel a physical thing of tiredness. Está cansada. She is tired
Voleibol.
because she played volleyball.
Jugó voleibol. Y Andrea está un poco cansada. Y
She's a little
Andrea está hambrienta. Tiene
And she is hungry. She is hungry. That is a physical feeling she has. She is hungry. I'm going to let you finish that video because I've already gone a bit over. I'm going to leave the last, like the last 5 minutes for you to watch. See? But again, she does a nice job of tagging different uses for ser and estar. Okay? Con ejemplos, with examples. ¿Sí? ¿Bien?
Bien, gracias.
Bien. Okay. Fantastico. Bien. I will have a new set of things for you to listen to. You're only going to listen to a little bit more, but you've got the rolling idea of how she's going to show you examples here. Okay? Bien. ¿Hay alguna pregunta? Any kind of last question in parting? ¿Sí o no?
No,
No?
No.
Bien.
está bien.
I'll probably send you that file with the descriptions again because I did add that little adjective piece to the end of it in case you want to, yeah, take another look at that. That's helpful, and I'll add some extra little notes around that last file that I added because that was a very good question. Gracias, Marcos. Thank you, Marcos. There are some of those words that are yeah, things that you'll get more with time. But there are other words that are more common, and that'll be like 90% of the time. Okay, bien.
Bien.
Todo bien, excelente. Bueno,
Muchas
gracias por
gracias.
participar. Thanks for participating. Gracias por participar. Sí, y nos vemos la semana que viene. Sí.
Adiós.
Dios.
Adiós, adiós, cuídense.